Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shishi Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashuttara Shatta Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Srila Gurudev ki jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashuttara Shatta Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashuttara Shatta Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashuttara Shatta Shishimar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashuttara Shatta Shishimar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Nityalala Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Nityalala Pravishta Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Nityalala Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Shishimad Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashuttara Shatta Shishimad Bhakti Srila Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashuttara Shatta Shishimad Bhakti Dait Madhav Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashuttara Shatta Shishimad Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashuttara Shatta Shishimad Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj ki jai. All the associates of Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Srila Baladev Vijabhushan Prabhu ki jai. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur ki jai. Shri Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Trai ki jai. Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Pad ki jai. Shri Rup Sanatan Bhatt Raghunath. Shri Jeev Gopal Bhattadas Raghunath Shar Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल ब्रज मंडल मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। सर्व अभिष्ट विरत गिरिराज महाराज की जय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जय। श्री यमुना देवी गंगा देवी की जय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री पूर्णमासी योगमाय की जय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय। जय श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। हरे कृष्णा धन्यवाद प्रणाम्स। हरि बोल रुक्मिणी दीदी धन्यवाद प्रणाम्स। One second, I forgot. I want to get the pranam mantra. Let me just open that up really quick. So we can begin with. Okay. So I'm just getting Srila Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Goswami Maharaj's pranam mantra up. Yeah, I'll show you how I find it, just in case you want to get it sometime. So go to bbtirtha.org. Click on the wait, let me make this smaller because I can't see anything. There. So click on Srila Gurudev. And then at the bottom here it says Pranam Mantra. Okay. So Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namaha. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya. Wait 1 second, let me make it bigger. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Shri Gaura Priyamurtaye Srimate Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Gosvāmī Namine Mayavada Vikhandanam Gururvanyānukirtanam Paschadeshopadeshakang Prasanna Vadanang Sada Shuddha Bhakti Pravahakang Shuddha Bhakti Bhagiratam Bhakti Daita Madhava Bhinna Tanung Namamyaham Nama Sankirtanamrita Rasaswada Vidhayakam Krishnamnaya Kripamurtim Acharyang Tam Namamyaham Gauranama Pracharardram Bhakta Sevanukangshitam Satirtha Pritti Sarbhava Nomi Tīrtha Mahāshayam. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Bhaktya Vihina Aparada Laksha Ikshiptashtakama Madhye Kripa Maitvam Sharanam Prapanna Vrinde Namaste Charana Ravindam Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams, Nri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Chattamai Mataji, and Rukmini Didi, Haribo. 1 second, just putting the comments on YouTube and Facebook up. And Dandavat Pranams, everybody watching on YouTube and Facebook. Dandavat Pranams, Mahi Bharat Prabhu, Haribo. And everybody else watching, if you write a comment, then I'll see your name. And pranams to all the devotees watching in the future as well. Haribo. I'm guessing Indira Mataji and Raseshwari Mataji are there. I don't know who else, but yeah, Haribo. So, today we are going to begin reading this book, Sweet, Sweeter, Sweetest. It's and this is a memoir written by Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Gosvāmī Mahārāja, one of his personal servants. Before he was known as Prahlāda Prabhu, and then a couple years ago, I think, he took sannyas. And now his name is, I think it's Bhakti Suhrit Paramādvaitī Mahārāja. I'm not sure if that, yeah, I think it's Bhakti Suhrit, but if I got it wrong, somebody can correct me. But yeah, he wrote a beautiful memoir about Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Gosvāmī Mahārāja, and I thought this would be a really nice time to read it because, well, it's two things. One is last year was the beginning of his centennial Vyas Puja, and now that centennial Vyas Puja just came to a close, and so I thought this is a nice time to be able to read his glories a bit more extensively. And also, generally around this time, we would be in the middle of reading a book. and I wouldn't want to stop reading the book for I don't like when we're in the middle of reading something, I don't like there to be long gaps of time, and like I like to keep the flow going. But by Krishna's arrangement, maybe, I don't know, but Krishna's mercy, just the day before Navami Tithi and the Vyas Puja of Srila Bhakti Vallabha Tirtha Goswami Maharaj, we finished the book that we're reading. And so now we're ready to start the new program, whatever that is, and we could read anything we want. And so I thought this opportunity might not come again, where we finish on the day before the Vyas Puja day of Srila Bhakti. So I thought, yeah, we can read. This is a nice opportunity. And also, his disappearance day is just a little over a couple weeks from his appearance day. And I just looked at a word count of this book, um, and I think it was like nearly 50,000 words. And I think it would take us around that much time to, like, a couple weeks to read this entire book. And so, and the book ends with his disappearance. And so I thought that'd be so nice that we could just read every day his glories from his Vyas Puja and then conclude on his disappearance day by reading his about his disappearance pastime. So um yeah. And I've mentioned this many times before, but just gonna mention again that I the thing that um I've noticed the thing that gives me the most inspiration in following and following any practices in bhakti is hearing about these great personalities. Because, well, isn't it? It's a common thing, like to gain excellence in anything. We want to, it's the most effective way to do that is to hear about those who were proficient in those things. That's just like a common thing. Everybody knows that, and so that's why there are all these biographies of different great persons in this world who accomplished amazing things, like the Wright brothers and Benjamin Franklin, and it's just so many Nikola Tesla, like so many different personalities. And yeah, people learned so much from their lives and gained so much insight. And yeah, it's the best thing to do if you want to become qualified in anything. Then learn from the experts, their own example, how they achieved different things. But this principle is infinitely more powerful in bhakti. And when we're discussing these Mahabhagavats, these direct associates of the Lord who have come to this world to help us. Because with any ordinary great persons of this world, we can learn from their lives and gain inspiration from them, insights and things like that. But there isn't any direct relationship we make with them. Like Nikola Tesla, he's, he's in some, I don't know where he took birth on some part of the world or maybe even a different species, who knows? So yeah, we get some inspiration from, but with these personalities, these Mahabhagavats, these associates of the Lord, they aren't bound by time and space, and we can actually have a direct, tangible relationship with them, where there's direct feedback coming from them. Like we pray to them, and they can directly interact with us internally. And when we hear about their lives and we gain inspiration and we start to honor these personalities more and more, then we're able to make a direct sambandha with them. And so, and this is like, we've never met Krishna. We've never had any, maybe there's some like little things from the super soul in the heart giving us some inspiration to do, but we don't actually have like a direct, I've never had a conversation with Krishna before or anything. But Krishna sends these personalities to this world so that we can have a direct relationship and connection with his representative. And through that, then we make a direct connection with Krishna, but only through the medium of Sri Guru and through the pure Vaishnavas like that. And so, yeah, this is how it begins, right? Like the 64 limbs of bhakti, the first 5 all have to do with Sri Guru. What is what are they? First is among the 64 limbs of bhakti that Srila Rupa Goswami gave in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. The first is to taking shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Guru. That's Guru Padashray. And then taking initiation and instructions from Sri Guru, Guru Diksha and Shiksha. And then the third is serving Sri Guru with faith. It's Vishwas Purvak Guru Seva. And then fourth is following the path outlined by sadhus. And then the fifth is inquiring about sadharma, or the procedure of bhajan from Sri Guru. And so this is our process. And something that I was really heart-touching was in the life of Srila Bhakti Kumud Santa Gosai Maharaj when he was just a child. Actually, I'm going to read it. It's, one second, let me just open up a window. Oh, where is it? I thought I had it open. Yeah, here it is. Like, I just want to read this. It's such a beautiful example. So, 11-year-old resident at the Mat. This is from the book written by Srimati Deva Maya Didi, Rukmini's mother, Rukmini who's with us, her mother. This is from the biography that she wrote about Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, A Life of Devotion. So, I guess we'll just read this whole thing. Okay. So just so that we know who he is. So in 1924, Sri Nanda Sunu Brahmachari, later Srila Bhakti Hriday Van Goswami Maharaj, and Sri Pranavananda Prabhu, later Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, went to visit a householder godbrother, Vaikunta Babu. He had an 11-year-old son who was greatly attracted to their association. So Sri Pranavananda Prabhu told his godbrother, who happened to be a rich landholder, a doctor, and a good singer. So this Pranavananda Prabhu said, "Your son is very extraordinary. He is spending all his time with us. Doesn't he go out and play like other 11-year-olds? The father said, "No, from childhood he's been like this. He is deeply attracted to Hari Katha." While speaking of his son, he became emotional and started crying. He asked, "Why are you speaking about my son? Would you like to take him to the mission?" Sri Pranavananda Prabhu replied, "We'd love to have a boy like this in our mission." The father said, "Then so be it. You take him with you." The parents did not deviate from their word. When it was time for the brahmacharis to leave, the parents got their son ready to go with them. Referring to this incident, Sri Pranavananda Prabhu said later, "It was very amazing how the parents happily sent their 11-year-old son to live in the Mat. This reminded me of Dhruva's mother, who dressed Dhruva with her own hands and sent him away to the forest to meditate on Krishna." Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur loved this 11-year-old boy, who would later be known first as Sri Radharaman Brahmachari and then as Srila Bhakti Kumud Santa Maharaj. When Srila Prabhupada sent his first representatives outside India to Burma, now Myanmar, in the early 1930s, Sri Radharaman Brahmachari, who was still a young boy, was among them. Srila Prabhupada himself went to the Outram Ghat port in Kolkata to see them off. He commented, "Radharaman is going to a foreign country at this tender age." While preaching in Burma, one day young Radharaman Prabhu told Srila Bhakti Sudhir Jachak Maharaj, he said, "Krishnadas Kaviraj has said, Jiver Surupa hoy Krishner Nitya Das. The real identity of the living entity is that he is an eternal servant of Krishna. But I don't agree with this." Srila Jachak Maharaj became very upset. He said, "Are you crazy? You do not agree with Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami?" Sri Radharaman Prabhu said, "I am going to write an article about this." So he wrote an article and sent it to Srila Prabhupada in care of his editors. Sri Pranavananda Prabhu saw that article and smilingly gave it to Srila Prabhupada. In that article, Sri Radharaman Prabhu had written, "Yes, it is true that my real identity is that I am an eternal servant of Krishna. But I do not know Krishna at this time. So I have no realization of this. If I say it now, it will only be lip service. But I do know my Gurudev. I can see myself as his eternal servant. By his grace, perhaps one day I will come to know Krishna. Then I will realize my position as Krishna's eternal servant, not before that. Now I see myself as the eternal servant of my Guru. That is my real identity." Reading this, Srila Prabhupada was very pleased. He said, "Such a young boy wrote such nice things. I will give him my blessings in a letter. Please send it to him." And so, um, yeah, this anyhow, that's why I find that this is the most nourishing and inspiring thing is to learn about the lives of these great personalities, and then I think when we learn about their lives and we gain an appreciation from them and we start to make a personal relationship with them, then that opens us up to want to follow their instructions. Like and that's everything in spiritual life is serving Sri Guru, pleasing him. And how do we please him best? It's by following his instructions. And so, um, and it's really inspiring to see how how other devotees glorify their Gurudev. Like that's I mean that's one of the most helpful things that I can get from everybody is seeing everybody's nishta for their Gurudev and how they're the feeling of honor and pride and dedication and all this and how they glorify like that. And that's something that I want from everybody. And so it's very inspiring to hear of this Prahlāda Prabhu, sorry, now he's I think Bhakti Suhrit Paramādvaitī Mahārāja. I don't know about the Suhrit thing, the title, but yeah, but it's very inspiring to see how he glorifies his Gurudev. And then maybe I'll get inspiration to be, or the best is when we hear our acharyas, like we read Srila Bhaktivedanta Bharati Goswami Maharaj, his glorification of Srila Bhakti Dait Madhav Goswami Maharaj, volcanic energy. We had a reading of that. And my Srila Gurudev, his glorification of his Param Gurudev, the biography that he wrote. We need to read that book at some point. Um, so yeah, we hear how they glorify their gurus, and then also just people, our friends and peers and like that, how they glorify their guru. This is the culture that we want to cultivate. Cultivate. Anyways, and so yeah, that's why I'm sorry, I'm talking way too long. Let's begin reading this book. It's Sweet, Sweeter, Sweetest, Divine Pastimes of Jagadguru Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Ashtatarashata Shishimad Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Goswami Maharaj. And you can find this book. I couldn't find it online anywhere except for on the Google Play Store. You can get this version on the Google Play Store, which is like a PDF uh, made to read on mobile phones. And I spent hours yesterday reformatting this to read it on a Word document so that I can make the text bigger. I didn't want to read such a big book like that, you know what I mean, on a phone format. So, um, yeah, I'm just opening. Oh, wait, I'm not showing. Oh, I am showing my screen. Okay. So here it is. Sweet, Sweeter, Sweetest. And I wrote Śrīpāda Paramādvaitī Mahārāja the other day, and I asked him if maybe one day he would like to join this program and he could either read from his book or maybe he could even speak his own words, like not reading from his book, but just speak some other glorifications. And but I'm still waiting for a response from him. But yeah, that'd be nice if he could join. And Haribo Anadi Krishna Prabhu and Vidyalalasa Didi, Vrinda Didi, Ganga Mataji, and everybody else. Haribo. Okay. So this is the contents. Today, I think what time is it? 7:30. I think we'll read the foreword, the preface, and maybe the first section, attributing all glory to Sri Guru. And I'm just thinking now, I think that's how I'd like to do these morning programs, is read the direct words of our acharyas and then also read glorifications of them, so we have both. Sometimes we'll be reading their direct words and then sometimes we'll be reading about their glories and just go back and forth like that. Oh, actually, something that I want to do right before is this is because this is a memoir of, it's not his whole life biography of Srila Bhakti Ballabha Tirtha Goswami Maharaj, it's just the end pastimes of and so I thought maybe before it'd be nice we could just read a short biography that Rukmini Didi compiled. I think some of it you wrote and some of it you took from other places, right? I got that correct. And so yeah, I'll just read that really quick. And then
Right, yes.
okay. So Srila Bhakti Ballabha Tirtha Goswami Maharaj, she appeared in 1924 and entered Nitya Lila in 2017. It is a blessing to remember the Vaishnavas on their appearance and disappearance. Many of us turn to the book Sri Chaitanya, His Life and Associates, or to websites deriving from this book to learn about the lives of these great Vaishnava saints. Actually, this book, Sri Chaitanya, His Life and Associates, even devotees of all sanghas read that book. It's on the ISKCON website. There's a website, what is it called? I think it's called Vaishnav History or something. And I noticed like most of the articles on that website is from this book, Sri Chaitanya, His Life and Associates. And so that was such an amazing contribution he gave to our entire Gaudiya Vaishnava family. And every Sangha, this is something that everybody uses all over to be able to appreciate, to glorify and honor these personalities all throughout the year on their appearance days and disappearance days. It is only fitting that we also get a glimpse of the life of the books of the author himself, Swami Bhakti Ballabha Tirtha. Srila Bhakti Ballabha, that's how he writes on his books, is Swami B.B. Tirtha, or Srila Bhakti Ballabha Tirtha Goswami Maharaj. His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the revolutionary genius known as the Lion Guru, institutionalized Gaudiya Vaishnavism in order to fulfill the words of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Said, Prithvi Parjanta Jata Nagaradi Gram Sarvata Prachar Hoibe Mor Nam, Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakanda 4:126. So Mahaprabhu said, however many towns and villages extend across the earth, in every one the preaching of my name shall be heard. Srila Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur used to say that one of his dearly beloved disciples, Srila Bhakti Dayit Madhav Goswami Maharaj, served his mission with volcanic energy. Srila Bhakti began Parati Goswami Maharaj titled his book Volcanic Energy. Srila Madhav Maharaj, in turn, showered his affection on his dearly beloved and supremely faithful disciple, Srila Bhakti Ballabha Tirtha Goswami Maharaj. The year 2024 is the 150th appearance anniversary of Srila Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur and the 100th appearance anniversary of Srila Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Goswami Maharaj. Srila Tīrtha Maharaj appeared on the most auspicious occasion of Sri Ram Navami, 1924, in Golpada. Is that how you say it? Golpada? Rukmini Didi?
Gwalpara.
Oh, Gwalpada. Gwalpada, Assam. Oh yeah, Gwal is like cowherd boy, right? Gwalbal.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Gwal. Okay, so Gwalpada, Assam, India. From childhood, he was strongly inclined to spiritual pursuits and would spend much of his time in meditation. Seeking to understand the truth deeply, he studied philosophy at Kolkata University. While still a student, he met Śrīla Madhav Maharaj, whose powerful and magnetic preaching immediately attracted him. After Srila Tīrtha Maharaj received his master's degree in philosophy in 1947, he became a monk, completely surrendered at the lotus feet of Srila Madhav Maharaj. From his earliest days of monastic life, all those around him noted his purity, simplicity, firm faith, and dedicated service. Srila Madhav Maharaj took Srila Tīrtha Maharaj with him on his travels throughout India. Soon he made Srila Tīrtha Maharaj the secretary of the institution, Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Math, that Srila Madhav Maharaj had founded to propagate Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings. In 1961, Srila Madhav Maharaj awarded Srila Tīrtha Maharaj with sannyas, the renounced order. In 1965, as Srila Prabhupada A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami was planning his journey to the USA to spread Krishna consciousness, and soon thereafter to found ISKCON, he requested Srila Tīrtha Maharaj to accompany him. However, Srila Tīrtha Maharaj was heavily engaged in many services at that time, including overseeing 3 construction projects in different cities of India. So he humbly had to decline. Wow, imagine if he wasn't, engaged in those services and he traveled with Srila Prabhupada to the West. How that would, anyways. But seeing Srila Tīrtha Maharaj's spiritual and practical qualifications, Srila Madhav Maharaj designated Srila Tīrtha Maharaj to succeed him as the head of Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Math. On Srila Madhav Maharaj's departure from this world in 1979, Srila Tīrtha Maharaj remained in Govardhan, immersed in deep grief. However, knowing the desire of Srila Madhav Maharaj, his godbrother finally persuaded him to come to Mayapur, where Srila Madhav Maharaj's dearly beloved godbrother, Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj, read in an open assembly the letter that Srila Madhav Maharaj had entrusted to him. Wow, see that example, not wanting any, completely absorbed in his life and soul was his Gurudev. And so when his Gurudev entered, when Srila Bhakti-Daita Madhav Goswami Maharaj entered Nitya Leela, Srila Bhakti Ballabha Tirtha Goswami Maharaj went to Govardhan and just took shelter of Govardhan and was weeping in separation from him, not wanting, just like that, even though he was to be the Acharya, but he had no interest. That godbrother had to come and pull him away from Govardhan, and like that, right? So accordingly, so they read the letter that Srila Madhav Maharaj had entrusted to Srila Bhakti Puri Goswami Maharaj. Accordingly, Srila Tīrtha Maharaj became President Acharya of Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Math. Although Srila Madhav Maharaj had vested him with complete authority, Srila Tīrtha Maharaj always sought the shelter and advice of his seniors, the godbrothers of his beloved Gurudev, for decades afterward. We see a very similar case with Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj, how uninterested he was in becoming Acharya, but it was like forced on him. We say, yeah, this is not wanting any. Yeah, okay. Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's followers, including Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Akinchan Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj, and his appearance day or disappearance day is coming up soon, And Srila Bhakti Kumud Santa Goswami Maharaj continued showering Srila Tīrtha Maharaj with their affectionate blessings. I think Srila Bhakti Kumud Santa Goswami Maharaj's appearance day is coming up soon also. I'm just looking at the calendar really quick. Yeah. So Srila Kushaladas Babaji Maharaj's disappearance date is on the 18th. And then Srila Bhakti Kumud Santa Goswami Maharaj is, I saw it recently. Anyhow, we'll read about them when their days come. Okay. So they continue, all these personalities, they continued showering Srila Tīrtha Maharaj with their affectionate blessings. This surrender to senior Vaishnavas was just one example of how Srila Tīrtha Maharaj personified Vaishnav Sadachar, the right conduct or etiquette. His dealings were also exemplary with his own godbrothers, with his disciples, the dignitaries, temple guests, members of other faiths, the elderly, members of the public, whether men, women, or children, homeless people, animals, trees, and indeed all beings. His affection, humility, his innocence, and purity enlivens these concepts with new meaning. Enlivens these concepts with new meaning. Srila Tīrtha Maharaj's impeccable behavior, imbued with Vaishnav qualities, led to deep respect from Vaishnavas the world over, regardless of institutional boundaries. He served as president of the WVA, the World Vaishnava Association, also known as the Vishwa Vaishnava Raj Sabha, for years. Starting from at least 1990, various devotees, seeing Srila Tīrtha Maharaj's sublime character and powerful preaching, requested him to travel outside of India to spread the glories of the holy name. After these repeated requests grew in number over several years, Srila Tīrtha Maharaj approached his beloved Shiksha Guru, Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj, to ask what he should do. Srila Puri Maharaj wrote Srila Tīrtha Maharaj a letter, instructing and blessing him to spread Mahaprabhu's teachings worldwide. To facilitate this mission, Srila Tīrtha Maharaj founded Gokul. Okay, what a cool acronym. So Gokul stands for the Global Organization of Krishna Chaitanya's Universal Love. I love it. Global Organization of Krishna Chaitanya's Universal Love. And he set out for the USA in 1997. Just 1 year after my Gurudev. In New York City, Srila Tīrtha Maharaj addressed the United Nations, the World Conference on Religion and Peace, as well as the World Peace Prayer Society. He presented a cogent plan for world peace based on the universal principles of Sanatan Dharma. Over the course of his travels, which took him to 25 countries, including the UK, Holland, Italy, Austria, Germany, France, Russia, he met with persons of various faiths, including prominent Catholic, Protestant, Jewish, Muslim, and Baha'i theologians. Srila Tīrtha Maharaj was renowned everywhere for his lion-like roaring and dancing in ecstatic kirtan, as well as his lion-like roaring in his lectures, piercing through the veil of ignorance to reach the cores of his listeners' ears. Yet, he always humbly told his listeners that whatever he was advising them, he was simply repeating the words of his teachers, and that those listeners should advise the same to Srila Tīrtha Maharaj himself. Wow. Srila Tīrtha Maharaj also wrote many books, mostly in Bengali, but also writing in English himself. He was always extremely careful and diligent about conveying the intended meaning. He had very unique terminology, right? He would look up words in the dictionary and find the precise meaning of a word, words that I never even heard before, like votary, I never heard that word before. But, in 2002, heart issues curtailed Srila Tīrtha Maharaj's international travels. Nevertheless, he continued traveling tirelessly within India, disregarding the effects on his physical health. From 2013, Śrīla Tīrtha Maharaj entered a mood of antaranga, internal meditation. On April 20th, 2017, amidst Sankirtan that had been going on continuously for 7 days, Śrīla Tīrtha Maharaj left this world to enter his eternal pastimes. His last rites united Vaishnavas from many institutions in transcendental separation grief. And he entered Nitya Lila while the song Radha Kunda Tata was being sung, right? Because that was one of his favorite kirtans.
Yes.
Jai. That was beautiful, beautiful short bio. And now we will, read what time is it? Okay, so we have 15 minutes to read. I think we can finish the foreword and preface in the 15 minutes. Okay, so, and this foreword was written by who? Bhakti Bhushan Bhagavat, the present President Acharya of Chaitanya Gaudiya Math. Okay.
Yes, he's no longer. He also had disappeared, but anyway, now he's. I mean.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay. Wow. Okay. Jai. Most revered Śrīmāda Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Gosvāmī Maharaj was richly endowed with all Vaishnava virtues from his early childhood. Offering earnest respect to elders and superiors was his inherent trait. He never paid even one iota of attention towards wealth, women, and worldly prestige, which are greatly honored by people in general. From a very early age, he displayed detachment from all varieties of worldly affairs. The highly esteemed disciples of Jagadguru Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, by hearing whose names one becomes purified immediately, praised him unreservedly, saying, Tīrtha Maharaj is a topmost Vaishnav. One time, a most revered Gurudev, Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Ashtutara Shata Shishimar Bhakti Dait Madhav Gosai Maharaj told me, he said, after discussion with my senior godbrothers, I have decided to appoint Shriman Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Maharaj as the next president in my absence. Persons like him are extremely rare in this world. Even my godbrothers say so. One occasion, when most revered Śrīla Tīrtha Gosvāmī Maharaj was in Chakdaha, I asked him over the telephone to arrange some money for the service of one of our mats. He asked me to go there in a rented car. He had put a lot of money in a sack, and upon my arrival, asked me to take it along with me. When I asked him how much money was in the bag, he replied, I have not counted. Whatever amount is there is for the service of the mat. I counted it later and found that the amount totaled 125,000 rupees. At present, that's the same amount has an equivalent value of more than 2,500,000 rupees. Such was his indifference towards material wealth that he didn't even count the money. Most revered Śrīla Tīrtha Gosvāmī Maharaj is a Paramahamsa. Those who have taken the shelter of his lotus feet are assured of all auspiciousness. Only persons with extreme good fortune can get such a guru. It is highly essential to inform the entire world that saints such as him are present, even in current times. Therefore, may his personal servants be successful in making a compilation about him in the English language in a befitting manner. To disseminate topics pertaining to the Mahabhagavats is the greatest service. If this book is translated into other languages, particularly Bengali and Hindi, then a greater number of devotees will be benefited. Bhakti Bhushan Bhagavat, who used to be the President Acharya of Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Math. And now the preface written by the author, who's used to be known as Prahlāda Prabhu and now is let's see, does he mention his name here? Bhakti Surhit Paramādvaitī Mahārāja, I think. Okay, so on March 2010, soon after Gaur Purnima, I had the good fortune to become a personal servant of our most revered Srila Gurudev, Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Ashtatarashata Shishimad Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Gosvāmī Mahārāja, by virtue of his causeless mercy upon me. At this point, a fresh journey of numerous lessons was initiated in my spiritual life. Although every activity of Srila Gurudev was a scriptural teaching in itself, yet on numerous occasions, he mercifully gave me direct instructions. Also, at certain times, he mercifully exhibited anger intended to further my spiritual advancement. The true implications of the scriptural instructions that I had previously learned became more explicit by dint of his transcendental association. I consider it my great fortune to have had the opportunity to be in his divine proximity, and will forever remain indebted to him for his causeless and generous compassion upon me. The experiences and inspirations that Srila Gurudev had mercifully bestowed upon me during this time have been compiled in this book. I consider them to be not only a source of inspiration for me, but highly instructive for everyone. This book is classified into 3 sections. The first section details his travels within India, his preaching activities, and interactions with various devotees between 2010 and 2012. The second section relates the divine ecstasies he exhibited while he was in states of deep spiritual immersion, particularly in 2013. During this time, he interacted very little with the devotees. And was mostly absorbed in Harinam and meditating on his Gurudev's divine feet. A few inconceivable pastimes of Srila Gurudev are included in this section. The last section of the book covers the events that took place after he entered into the pastimes of inner absorption in late 2013, concluding with his unprecedented Samadhi events in Sri Dham Mayapur in April 2017. And as I mentioned before, we will read about this on his disappearance day on the 22nd, April 22nd. Scriptural insights that helped me understand his pastimes on a deeper level are also provided throughout this work. Although these sections are not necessarily interrelated and can be read discreetly, it is recommended to study this book from its beginning. That is because it is most essential to understand Srila Gurudev's divine personality, ontological aspect, absorption in devotion, surrender to Sri Guru, etc., before jumping into his esoteric pastimes, which, due to being on a different plane of reality, are very difficult to comprehend. All the pastimes of Srila Gurudev are equally delightful and relishable. However, depending on the intensity of service engagements that he mercifully offered to me at various stages of his pastimes, I experienced the different measures of sweetness that can grossly be compared to that of sugarcane, molasses, and sugar candy. Sugarcane is sweet, molasses is yet more sweet, and sugar candy is even sweeter. In a similar way, Srila Gurudev's pastimes during his active preaching were experienced by me to be sweet. Sweeter still were his pastimes when he was immersed in experiencing various transcendental blissful states. But sweeter than the sweetest were his pastimes during his silent state and pastimes of departure from this world. He left behind him an ultimate lesson for all of us. As these pastimes were taking place, particularly those described in sections 2 and 3, Srila Gurudev immersed us, his personal servants, in day-to-day immediate services that were very intense in nature. Due to a lack of proper spiritual understanding, I have committed innumerable offenses at his lotus feet. I sincerely beg for forgiveness at those lotus feet for all the offenses I have committed knowingly and unknowingly. I also pray for his causeless mercy to give me strength to sing his glories. Acting upon the merciful order of some of my senior godbrothers, I took up the service of writing my experiences that were benevolently showered upon me by Srila Gurudev during my close association with him. Although I am fully aware of my ineligibility due to a want of surrender, I understand that the Vaishnavas have graciously given me this order for my own purification. Their causeless mercy is my only shelter. Also, for a long time, I have personally felt that I owe this work to the devotees. It will be unjust of me to keep these illustrious pastimes of Srila Gurudev undisclosed, as his activities are a source of inspiration for all the living beings. This book, however, is not meant to be his biography. The Supreme Lord can be understood in a multitude of ways as per the degrees of submission and mood of a devotee. Similarly, Srila Gurudev, the Lord's non-different manifestation, appears differently to different devotees. Therefore, other devotees who directly witness the events that I have narrated in this book may have perceived and understood them differently, as revealed to them by Srila Gurudev. There is also the possibility that a reader might perceive yet another dimension to these pastimes. This is by no means impossible, as it would only indicate the infinite diversity of the undivided spiritual truth. And then there's a reference to Srimad Bhagavatam 3:32-33. To sing the glories of a transcendental spiritual personality like Srila Gurudev is not possible for a foolish person like me, who is enveloped by lust, anger, greed, illusion, mundane vanity, and envy. It is like a dwarf's attempt to grasp the moon in the sky. However, apart from the merciful order of the Vaishnavas, I have been inspired to take up this service because of Sri Narad's instructions to Vedavyas Muni in Srimad Bhagavatam 1:5-11. He says, that literature, which is full of descriptions of the transcendental glories of the name, fame, forms, pastimes, etc., of the unlimited spiritual Lord, is a different creation, full of transcendental words directed toward bringing about a revolution in the impious lives of this world's misdirected civilization. Such transcendental literatures, even though imperfectly composed, are heard, sung, and accepted by purified men who are thoroughly honest. Finally, I acknowledge my sincere thanks to my Guru Varga and senior godbrothers who inspired me to compile and publish this work. I express my heartfelt gratitude to those who edited, proofread, and financially contributed to the publishing of this work. I hope that the contents of this book will bring joy to the Vaishnava readers, and that they will bless me so that I can follow the instructions of Srila Gurudev and thereby make my life successful. Shri Guru Vaishnav Das Anudas, Prahlāda Das. All right, so it's 4 minutes till 8. So I think this is a good place to stop. So tomorrow we will begin reading the first section, which is called the Peerless Master. And actually, I think like half of the book is this first section. It's 22,000 words. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So that's our program for today.
Here in California, it's still Srila Gurudev's Vyasa Puja today. And
Oh, really? Oh, wow. That's awesome. Oh, and one thing, the other day you sent me the Srila Bhakti Ballabha Mahārāja, what is it called? The Dwadashakam? The
Yes.
thing is, I wasn't able to open it. I tried clicking on it, but it's a private WhatsApp group, and I'm not a member, so I couldn't see it.
Oops.
Would
Let me see if
you?
I can.
Are you on your computer?
Yes. Let me see
If
if I
possible, if you could put it on a Word doc and send it to me on WhatsApp, then maybe we could sing this. Then we can end our program by singing that.
Let me try.
Okay,
Hold on.
cool. And in the meantime, I'm gonna drink some water and get the mridanga. Oh, that's cool that we get to, on his Vyas Puja day still, we get to sing his, we're studying this on his Vyas Puja still. And I'm just going to look
Will
at
a Google Doc work?
Yeah, Google Doc will work. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to try to paste it into a Google Doc.
Oh, and Vidya Lala Sidiri saying, can you please share the book in the group? I'm not able to download it from Play Store due to country restrictions. I'm gonna write. I'll write to Paramādvaitī Mahārāja and ask him if he minds me sharing the PDF, because I'm not sure if he doesn't want I couldn't find the PDF on his website. I had to get it from one of his god sisters, and so I just want to first find out from him if he minds it going out.
I attempted to send you the Google Doc link.
Oh, okay, it's on WhatsApp.
Or I just
Yeah.
pasted it. Yes.
Okay, cool. Oh, there it is. Okay, got it. Cool. All right.
Oops. What is this? I pasted the wrong thing.
No worries.
Sorry.
No worries.
Hold on a second.
Sorry, I should have mentioned something at the beginning. Putting you on the spot.
Yeah.
I tried opening it right before I went live, and then
I see. Yeah, I have it in front of me, but I don't know why something else came here. All right, hold on a second. Okay, now if you look there,
I got
it should have it. Okay.
Okay, so this is written by Śrīla Bhakti Ujjwala Muni Gosvāmī Mahārāja in Vrindavan. 1 second. Okay. I'm going to make the text a little bit bigger. Oops, wrong thing. 1 second. Oh, whoops, I'm not. Rukmini, could you, because I can't edit it, could you make the text size like big so that people can sing it? Oh, and am I sharing my screen? Yeah. A little bit bigger. I think like so that the verse goes all the way to like close to the end. Perfect. Yeah, that's good. That's perfect. Thanks. All right. Am I sharing my screen?
No.
Oops. Okay. There. All right. Okay, so, and you can unhighlight it, that'd be good. So, Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Gosvāmī Dvadashakam. From the Stava Kusumanjali, Śrīla Bhakti Ujjwala Muni Mahārāja, Vrindavan. I'll read the translation first, or maybe, okay, we'll read the translation and do the verse. Read the translation, do the verse, so that we know what we're singing. I always offer my obeisance unto the lotus feet of Gurudev Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Gosvāmī Mahārāja, who was born in the farthest Assam and engaged in education from childhood, appeared as the son of the most merciful and most generous person, and who by worshipping the best amongst Vaishnavas, Lord Shiva, is fixed in the divine quality of worshipping the Vaishnavas. What's the Pranamami Sada Guru Tīrtha Param? Okay. Asamahini vasahi patyarase danadatri shiromani putra shubham shiva pujana sadhana shuddha gunam pranamami sada Guru Tīrtha Param. I always offer my obeisances unto the lotus feet of Gurudev Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Gosvāmī Mahārāja, whose bodily limbs are very soft like the champak flower, and are golden, whose lotus face is effulgent with sweet, gentle laughter, and whose heart is contented, and who, well adorned with the qualities of control over senses and humility, has accepted the sannyas order of life. Ajita komala champaka gauratanum mriduhasya mukojvala tushta hridam shamadainya gunang yati veshadaram pranamami sada guru tīrtha param. I always offer my obeisances unto the lotus feet of Gurudev Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Goswāmī Mahārāja, who is the dearest disciple of Śrīla Bhakti Madhava Goswāmī Mahārāja, who earns a lot of respect as the best servitor in the congregation of Guru Vargas, and who is respected in the entire Vaishnava community. Prabhu Madhava Devaka Sheshyavaram Guru Goshti Samadara Dasya Param Sujanadrita Shangsana Puja Param Pranamami Sada Guru Tīrtha Param. I always offer my obeisances unto the lotus feet of Gurudev Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Goswāmī Mahārāja, who, like Śrīla Raghunath Das Goswami, being immensely distressed, apprehending the disappearance of his spiritual master, Lord Chaitanya's expansion, Śrīla Bhakti who, like Śrīla Raghunath Das Goswami, who is distressed at the appearance of his divine master, Lord Chaitanya's expansion, Śrīla Bhakti Madhava Goswāmī Mahārāja, took shelter of Giriraj Govardhan, and who is maintaining his life only to fulfill the desires of Lord Chaitanya and his servants. Viraharta Guror Giriraja Tate Brigopata Yiha Raghunata Samam Harisevaka Puraka Pranadritam Pranamami Sada Guru Tīrtha Param. I always offer my obeisances unto the lotus feet of Gurudev Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Goswāmī Mahārāja, who has completed all the work on the birthplace of Śrīla Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, started by his spiritual master Śrīla Bhakti Madhava Goswāmī Mahārāja, and has earned a special reputation by fulfilling the innermost desires of his Gurudev and Mahaprabhu's devotees, who by virtue of his qualities of modesty and so forth is very dear to Lord Hari. Anukarya ratang Prabhupada grihe Guru Gora Janepsita Kirti Dharam Vinayadi Gunar Harivallabhatang Pranamami Sada Guru Tīrtha Param. I always offer my obeisances unto the lotus feet of Gurudev Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Goswāmī Mahārāja, who, by manifesting the greatness and magnificence of his Gurudev, is the emblem of his dignity, his eminence, whose greatness is effulgent like the sun, who is always endeavoring for the protection and management of mat mandirs, and who is always drinking the nectar of spiritualism. Guru Gaurava Bhaskara Dipti Nibham Matha Mandira Rakshana Yatna Yutam Paramartha Rasamrita Panaratang Pranamami Sada Guru Tīrtha Param. I always offer my obeisances unto the lotus feet of Gurudev Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Goswāmī Mahārāja, who is engrossed in ecstatic dancing and singing the glories of Lord Hari, who in the mood of Vrindavan has retained Lord Gaur Hari in his heart, who is engaged in observing various festivals like Anukut, etc., as per Vedic injunctions, thus giving pleasure to all the devotees. Hari Kirtana Nartana Mattamating Vrajabhava Vibhavita Gaura Hridam Kiriradhana Modana Parvayutam Pranamami Sada Guru Tīrtha Param. I always offer my obeisances unto the lotus feet of Gurudev Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Goswāmī Mahārāja, by whom all the desires of his Gurudev were fulfilled, who has been very fortunate to establish and maintain the place where Mahaprabhu visited in Kumudvan in the holy land of Vraj. Prabhu Madhavam Ipsita Kritya nitya kritam charanankita gaurapadam sukritam kumudakhyavana sevanam subhagam pranamami sada guru tirtha padam. I always offer my obeisances unto the lotus feet of Gurudev Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Goswāmī Mahārāja, who, by following the path of Śrīla Rūpa Goswāmī, Raghunath Das Goswāmī, and Thakur Bhakti Vinod, has taken shelter of the highest quality of devotional service, who, by practicing the devotional path, has taught and preached for the good of all, and who is elegant by being more tolerant than a tree. Hara Guru Paka Bhakti Vinora Patang Bhajanorjita Naishtika Shanda Param Tarudhikrita Shobhana Dharya Dharam Pranamami Sada Guru Tirtha Padam. I always offer my obeisances unto the lotus feet of Gurudev Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Goswāmī Mahārāja, who, to obey the orders of Śrīla Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswāmī Mahārāja, proceeded to the Western countries for the benefit of mankind, who, by spreading Lord Chaitanya's divine message of love of Godhead, is bringing good fortune to the whole world. Mukha parma puri vachanadharanam tava paschima desha subhagagam tava paschima desha shubham gamanam pratipadana gorakatam amalam pranamami sada prabhupada param. I always offer my obeisances unto the lotus feet of Gurudev Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Goswāmī Mahārāja, whose transcendental birth is on the same day as that of Lord Ramachandra. This holy date, this Navami Tithi, is the giver of all kinds of good fortune, bliss, happiness, and mercy, and gives firm faith in devotional practice. Raghunatha sujanmatito navaming satito jananam guru tirtha varam shubhadam shamadam rasadam sadayam pranamami sada guru tirtha padam. O exalted sannyasi, Gurudev Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Goswāmī Mahārāja, O auspicious desire tree, at the end of this prayer, I humbly pray to you to kindly forgive all my offenses. O magnanimous one, you are fully capable of maintaining your surrendered beings. Thus, by your mercy, kindly give me unalloyed one-pointed eternal devotion unto the lotus feet of Śrīla Gurudev. Ayati Tīrtha Guru Shiva Kalpataro Kripaya Kshamatam Vrijinam Satatam Sharanagata Palaka Pada Vibho Maidehya Chiram Guru Bhakti Sada Pranamami Sada Guru Tirtha Param Pranamami Sada Guru Tirtha Param Pranamami Sada Guru Tirtha Param Pranamami Sada Guru Tirtha Param. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare Hare. Jaya Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Goswāmī, Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Goswāmī, Jaya Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Goswāmī, Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Goswāmī, Jaya Bhakti Daita Madhav Goswāmī, Bhakti Daita Madhav Goswāmī, Jaya Bhakti Daita Madhav Goswāmī, Bhakti Daita Madhav Goswāmī, Jaya Swaparshara Prabhupada, Swaparshada Śrīla Prabhupada, Jai Swaparshada Śrīla Prabhupada, Swaparshada Śrīla Prabhupada, Jaya Gurudeva, 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 Jai Gurudeva, 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 Jai Gurudeva, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki Jai. Tadīya Shubha Vyas Puja Maha Mahotsav ki Jai. Jai Śrīla Bhakti Madhava Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki Jai. Jai Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Jai Nitya Jai Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Radha Vinod Vihari Ju ki Jai. Jai Shri Radha Nayananath Ju ki Jai. Jai Shri Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupada Shatara Shatashmar Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupada Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupada Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Śrīla Prabhupada ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupada Shatara Shatashmar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupada Shatara Shatashmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Śrīla Gorksharas Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishta Śrīla Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishta Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Śrīla Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupada Shatara Shatashmar Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Shishimad Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Tadiya Shubha Avirbhav Titi ki Jai. Nityalala Pravish Titi Palan Kari Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Shishimad Bhakti Daita Madhava Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Shishimad Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Shishimad Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. All the associates of Jagat Guru Śrīla Prabhupada ki Jai. And all the disciples of those associates and the grand disciples and great grand disciples and great great grand disciples of those associates ki Jai. Jai Shri Jai Shri Rup Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Bhatta Dasagunath Shara Goswami Prabhu ki Jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki Jai. Nama Chai Shri Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Kshetra Mandal Gora Mandal Vraja Mandal Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. Shri Kshetra Mandal, Gora Mandal, Vraja Mandal, Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradata Giriraj Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kund ki Jai. Shri Yamuna Devi Ganga Devi ki Jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki Jai. Jai Jai Shri Ramachandra ki Jai. For those of you in America, it's still Ram Navami Tithi, right? So Jai Shri Ramachandra ki Jai. Jai Shri Bharat and Shatrughna, Lakshman Bharat Shatrughna ki Jai. All of their appearance day ki Jai. Jai Shri Ram Navami Tithi ki Jai. Tithi Palan Kari Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Jai. And then Shri Dasharath Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Kaushalya Mata, Shri Kaikeyi Mata, and Sumitra Mata ki Jai. And Ramachandra Shakti, Shri Sita Devi ki Jai. Jai Shri Janak Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Ayodhya Dham ki Jai. All the Ayodhya Vasis ki Jai. Shri Vajrang Bali, Shri Hanuman ki Jai. Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavashacha Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Sattvatai Namo Namo vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Dandavat pranams. Rukmini Didi said the other brothers' appearance day is on different nakshatras, so it seems they appeared on different days later. But oh, maybe they appeared on different days. But aren't there different nakshatras in one day? Though, doesn't the nakshatras change? Oh, no, maybe not. I don't know anything about astrology actually. So
I could change from one to another, but there's like 3 different nakshatras, so at least the twins must have appeared on a different day.
okay, all right, okay, that's good to know then.
If I remember correctly, I was just looking at this in the Valmiki Ramayana. It was Punarvasu, Pushya, and Ashlesha are their different nakshatras.
Okay, I wonder. I'll have to ask Ram Bhakta if there's like dates in the calendar for the different brothers. That would be interesting to find out. Cool. Okay, good to know. All right, so Dandavat Pranams, everybody. Nri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Ashray Tattva Prabhu, Anari Kusharu, and Rukmini Didi. Glorious to your Gurudev. Mahi Bharat Prabhu, Vidyalala Sadidi, Vrinda Didi, Ganga Mataji, and all other devotees. I see there are 11 devotees on YouTube and Facebook. I don't know. I only know the names of those who write comments. I'm guessing Indira Mataji and Raseshwari Mataji, maybe Rohini Nandan Prabhu and Vangsiwala Prabhu and all the regular devotees who've been joining all the programs. I'm guessing you're all there. So Dandavat pranams to all of you. Pranams to all the devotees watching in the future. And I'm looking forward to beginning this book tomorrow. We'll begin from section 1. And there's a beautiful glorification of his love for my Gurudev. And so I especially, I'm excited for tomorrow's reading. All right, Haribol. Thank you so much for joining. See you all tomorrow. And yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get Śrīpāda Paramādvaitī Mahārāja, the author of this book, on this morning program. We'll see. I'll let you know when he responds. Haribol. Is there anything anybody wants to mention before we end the program for today? Oh, and
Just
also,
wanting to thank you so
yes.
much. It's for the, this, we're sort of far from, each other, the, disciples of Srila Gurudev. So it's nice to have this venue. Thank you for providing that.
I'm very grateful you're you're here because it's really nice to be able to read with a direct disciple and yeah, it makes me feel a lot more comfortable reading also, like when because I don't know so much of the glories of your Gurudev, like I've only had like a couple small interactions with him, like, and no like personal dealings, more just like having darshan of him a few times, and so it's nice to be with direct disciple. And also, Rukmini Didi, any ideas that you have like of something that would be nice to do? This time every morning is open to anything in glorification of your Gurudev. So if you want to speak anything, any memories or anything like that, or whatever, or there's any more things to sing or read, I think there's this book, Affectionate Blessings, is it? Maybe we could read from that. I don't know. I'm open to anything though. But I just thought, yeah. And from all these days up until the 22nd, so these next 16 days, we'll yeah, we'll use for your Gurudev. So, right, Haribol. See you all tomorrow.